Right now at 10, the woman accused of helping to cover up a murder is bound over for trial.
And a chain restaurant's La Crosse location suddenly closes.
Plus, local leaders and childcare providers draw attention to issues in the childcare industry on Wisconsin's A Day Without Childcare.
Watching WKDT La Crosse, this is News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 10. I'm Ken Kozarowski.
And I'm Emily Brown.
A La Crosse man is in critical condition after trying to help another man who fell into Pecamiga Lake. The Barron County Sheriff says police got a call late Saturday night about 2 people in the water. According to a release, one La Crosse man was trying to get into a boat and fell in. When he did not resurface, another La Crosse man jumped in to help but started to struggle. Bystanders pulled that man out of the water. The other man was eventually pulled out and flown to Mayo in Eau Claire. He is in critical condition. The sheriff's office is still investigating the incident, although officials believe alcohol was a factor.
The man accused of trespassing on La Crosse Airport tarmac will spend the next 4 years in a mental institution. 32-year-old Cody Anderson was arrested back in November for driving through the gate of La Crosse Airport and attempting to steal a plane. Anderson pleaded not guilty by reason of insanity in April for multiple charges, including attempted carjacking while possessing a weapon and making terroristic threats. 185 days will be docked from his sentencing due to jail time already served. No word yet on when he will be committed.
The woman accused of being an accomplice to a Juneau County murder has been bound over for trial. Crystal Timer had her preliminary hearing today. She faces charges of mutilating a corpse and arson, both as party to a crime. She's accused of helping Donald Dahlberg cover up the January murder of Floyd Burdick. In court today, an officer testified about the murder investigation, including what he learned about the night of Burdick's death. Timer is expected back in court for her arraignment on June 14th.
The Bangor woman accused of child neglect has been sentenced. 45-year-old Heather Reed ran a daycare out of her home and was charged with neglecting a child and for failing to have a daycare provider license. The charges stem from an incident in fall 2022 that left a baby with fractures on their legs, ribs, and skull. Reed pleaded no contest to the neglecting a child misdemeanor. She did plead guilty to failure to have a provider license. Reed was given 2 years of probation for each count. Those will be served concurrently.
La Crosse's Red Lobster restaurant will no longer serve the Coulee region. A sign posted on the restaurant's door says the location is closed. It's one of at least 48 Red Lobster locations that suddenly shut their doors for business, according to a leading restaurant liquidator. Bloomberg reports that Red Lobster is considering filing for bankruptcy protection to restructure its debt. The restaurant chain has faced a turbulent few years, cycling through 4 different CEOs since 2020.
Wisconsin Supreme Court looks poised to overturn a previous ruling that essentially blocked the use of absentee ballot drop boxes. The 2022 court ruling said drop boxes couldn't be placed anywhere except for in election clerk offices. That ruling was under a conservative majority bench, but it flipped to liberal control last spring. Liberal Justice Jill Karofsky today wondered aloud whether a court should perpetuate a bad ruling if a previous court made a mistake. Attorneys for the GOP-controlled legislature argue there's no evidence of negative consequences since the ruling. Democratic attorneys argue election data says otherwise. When boxes weren't in use in 2022, over 1,600 absentee ballots got to clerks after Election Day and weren't counted. But in 2020, when boxes were used and 3 times as many people voted absentee, only 689 ballots got to clerks after the election.
Republicans in Wisconsin's Senate will go into session tomorrow to override 3 dozen governor vetoes. Senate Republicans announced the move at simultaneous press conferences all over the state. Their list of bills to veto, to override those vetoes, include PFAS remediation, post-election audits, and hospital funding for the Chippewa Valley. Republican and co-chair of the Joint Finance Committee, Howard Markline, says overriding vetoes, especially on PFAS, is the only path forward.
I think we're kind of at the end of the line here, and I sure hope that some Democrats join us in overriding that veto.
Fully overriding a governor's veto takes 2/3 of the entire legislature. Now, the Senate has a 2/3 GOP supermajority. but it does not in the Assembly. So unless a few Assembly Democrats break rank here, the Senate's action tomorrow has no weight. Tonight, Governor Evers is responding with a lawsuit. He is suing the legislature because the Joint Finance Committee has not released $125 million for battling PFAS, nor $15 million for Chippewa Valley Health Services. Now, the Republican PFAS bill had a provision to protect so-called innocent landowners from footing a pollution bill. Governor Evers said that was a loophole to protect corporate polluters. Town of Campbell Supervisor Lee Donahue has consistently called the Republican PFAS bill a, quote, nightmare, and is urging the Joint Finance Committee to simply release the money. That committee has the power to do that because it's already approved in the state budget. As for the GOP health care bill, that said the money would have to go to emergency room capital expenses. And Evers' partial veto on that bill expanded the eligibility for that money to go to additional services like OBGYN. In a statement today, the governor said in part, quote, our response to challenges facing Wisconsin is being held up by Republican lawmakers, and that is unconscionable.
Well, I bet graduates and mothers were enjoying the warmer temps and sunny skies this past weekend. We do have a little bit of smoke in the skies now coming from Canada, though, Greg.
Yeah, we still got the smoke here. Not as much as we saw last year for an extended amount of time, but the flow turned around to the northwest, and then we had some smoke from the fires that have started up into western Canada. Gives you an idea what it looked like outside today. Just that haze, a little bit of reduction in visibility, but nothing more than like 5 miles at the most. So it was out there, but nothing really too severe, but we still got the air quality going on for about another hour. There's your air quality sensors currently, some of those across the state, and most of the areas are kind of green to yellow, but we are for another hour or so kind of in that healthy state. And once we see the inversion set up overnight, we might see some more visibility issues with that. But for right now, a lot of the areas still remaining in that 5 to 10 mile per hour range of visibility. We do have cloud cover out there, just high clouds from a system well to the south. So overnight, we might see a little bit of low clouds developing with that northeast flow across some of the areas. So you might wake up with that. But otherwise, temperatures should drop back into the 40s. And there could be some visibility issues still remaining as you wake up, just because of that inversion kind of traps a little bit of that. Otherwise, we should get up to the mid 60s for La Crosse, and the same story for Eau Claire too, with more sun as we go in the afternoon. Later on, we'll kind of break down what we expect going on later on. And of course, if you look behind me,
oh boy,
yeah, it's getting closer. The soil temperatures are getting up in the mid 60s, so that is an indication that they're going to be coming. So we'll kind of break down what the temperatures.
That's what those look like in real life. I don't think I've ever seen
That's
one.
what they look like.
We can hear them though. All right.
You will.
Thanks, Greg.
Thanks, Greg. Tomorrow is Hmong American Day. To mark the occasion, students from the GET school got a taste of Hmong history and culture. More than 40,000 Hmong Americans call Wisconsin home. American roots were sown here following the Vietnam War as refugees fled persecution from the North Vietnamese Army. For 14 years, the Hmong Cultural Center has taught Hmong American history to students in the La Crosse School District. This year, other districts participated, getting an interactive history lesson on the culture. For some, stories of war and struggle hit close to home.
I lost both of my parents during the war, so it reminds me how hard they fought.
Yang adds that the more students learn about Hmong culture and history, the less fear students will have and ultimately less racism.
Today is National A Day Without Childcare. Providers and business leaders in La Crosse took some time today to address issues facing the industry and the effects it has on the community. State Senator Brad Pfaff and childcare advocates helped raise awareness about the challenges families, providers, and employers face as staffing and accessibility dwindles nationwide. Lack of childcare affects employee retention as well as industry growth in La Crosse. Their goal was to educate the community about the main issues childcare providers face so that they can reach viable solutions.
The top 3 reasons that childcare programs struggle to recruit and retain teachers are wages, access to benefits, and lack of respect for the field. So understanding that childcare is a profession.
According to Sampson, La Crosse currently has 136 childcare positions that need to be filled.
Bowling is an occasional hobby for most of us.
And 2 Coulee region ladies are showing us there's no age limit on hitting a strike.
Working with Maxwell White was amazing. They were professional, answered all of my questions.
I give Maxwell White my highest possible recommendation.
Maxwell White did a fabulous job on our shower install.
5-star plumbing service done right.
Last year, our daughter blessed our family with this cute little nugget. We're supposed to leave our next generation better off, but because Washington politicians have spent our money recklessly, he starts out owing hundreds of $1,000s of debt. It's wrong. The spending needs to stop. Unlike career politicians who drive us deeper into debt, I'll fight for him and for your children to have a better future. I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message.
Get up to 60% off list prices
on hundreds of items at the huge memorial sale at Slumberland Furniture.
Incredible deals like this brand new Chase with storage that's also a sleeper, just $449. This complete wicker set with table, just $899. Or get a free ottoman with this sectional. Maybe you're looking for a comfy sofa? That's just $399. Up to 60% off list.
At the huge memorial sale at Slumberland Furniture. Do not miss this one.
Maxwell White celebrates servicing the La Crosse Coulee region for 30 years. Much has changed, but not our commitment to you. Providing local, honest, and quality plumbing repairs and solutions. That's Maxwell White. Plumbing done right.
We're all encouraged to stay active as we age, maybe develop a hobby. Well, one La Crosse area woman has been keeping one hobby going for 7 decades. Lucy Lindsay is Lady of the Lanes at Coulee Golf Bowl.
I'm 91.
She's lacing up on Wednesdays, either for fun or for a local league.
Would you say you were probably the veteran of the group?
I think so. I don't swim and I don't golf, so it's an outing. It's something to do.
Something she's been doing in La Crosse leagues since she was 29.
When you turn 70, you become a Grand Duchess and you get a little crown.
So we should have been calling you Grand Duchess Lucy this whole time.
And since the late 70s, she's had a special teammate by her side.
I get to do it with my niece.
77-year-old Marlon Valley.
She's my best lady friend, not counting my 6 sisters.
In their heyday, a darn good bowling league duo.
This is one that the one year I had a 236 game, and that was the high game for the year.
We ran about the same scores most of the time.
These days,
now we're happy if we break 100.
Hope the ball goes straight. Yeah. Lately it hasn't been doing that.
But Lucy still gets the edge.
She's bowling with one eye and she beats me 3/4 of the time.
She's not kidding. Lucy's getting triple-digit scores with macular degeneration in her left eye.
Right now, I can see that there's a person there, but I couldn't tell you it was a man or a woman.
But don't worry, she's got a system.
White pins, you got the white pins with the dark background. Like I said, I shoot at the pins.
It's more than enough to bowl better with one eye than most of us can with 2. Now, Lucy and Marlon recently finished up a season in the Happy Hour Bowling League with ladies of all ages over at Coulee Golf Bowl, and they took home the Most Improved Award. Well, over the last few years, everyone's been feeling the pinch from inflation, but a new report is showing the lasting impact it's having on Gen Z.
And will we have more smoke going on for the next couple days, or will it actually finally clear up? And when will we see some rain? That all coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
It's Kubota Orange Days. Shop the year's biggest selection of Kubota equipment and get 0% APR for 84 months or up to $3,300 off select compact tractors.
Visit any of your local Johnson Tractor dealerships in Menominee, Baldwin, Osseo, and Arcadia.
My son, Nick, took illicit fentanyl, which cost him his life. And knowing that my son is never coming back is the worst thing that I will have to live with for the rest of my life.
Tammy Baldwin's been with us every step of the way. She just got a major bill passed to really crack down on fentanyl. She doesn't just talk the talk, but she actually walks the walk.
I cannot tell you how much we appreciate Tammy Baldwin fighting this fight.
I'm Tammy Baldwin. I approve this message.
Windows are a lot like car tires. They all look the same, but they definitely don't all perform the same.
Take our StarMark composite window, available exclusively at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions.
This window is 12 times stronger than vinyl, 2,000% more airtight, and 40% more energy efficient. All at a price less than what many companies charge for vinyl windows. Don't settle on your new windows. Insist on the best windows you can buy.
Free triple pane glass upgrade and 60 months interest-free financing.
Get ready for high-octane
action. Remlinger Collector Car Auctions is back with its spring auction May 31st and June 1st in Winona, Minnesota. Consigners, head to RemlingerAuctions.com to consign now and earn top dollar. Early consigners get the most exposure with our pre-qualified bidders ready to buy. Reserve your place today and be part of the excitement. Remlinger Collector Car Auctions, where every car has a story and every bid is an adventure.
Everyone deserves the fastest, most reliable internet speeds, regardless of where they live. That's why Spectrum offers the fastest speeds in more neighborhoods than any other provider.
Switch to Spectrum Internet for only $49.99 a month. Call 1-833-376-4999.
With Spectrum Internet, you can power all of your devices to enjoy streaming, video chatting, and gaming. I rely on Spectrum Internet. You should too. Call now.
It's Kubota Orange Days. Shop the year's biggest selection of Kubota equipment and get 0% APR for 84 months or up to $3,300 off select compact tractors.
Visit any of your local Johnson Tractor dealerships in Menominee, Baldwin, Osseo, and Arcadia. Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate.
The Federal Energy Regulatory Commission is voting in favor of a new rule.
That rule expected to bring significant reforms to the nation's aging electrical grid.
The chair of the three-member group says the vote is the most action taken on transmission policy in more than a decade. He adds that without this sort of action, the nation wouldn't be able to handle increased demand and extreme weather. This new rule aims to make it easier to build regional electrical transmission, high-voltage electrical towers to deliver more electricity and clean energy to the grid.
Everyone is getting hit hard by inflation, but it's reportedly worse for Gen Z, and that is according to a study from the credit reporting agency TransUnion. It looked at the credit usage of Americans between the ages of 22 to 24 and found they're earning less money, have more debt, and higher rates of delinquency compared to millennials when they were that age. Not only have Gen Zers had to deal with the economic impact of the pandemic earlier in their careers, but also sticky inflation that has driven up the cost of basic necessities like food and gas. Soaring interest rates have also hiked borrowing costs for auto and student loans, as well as sky-high home mortgages. During a brief dinner break tonight, you could definitely tell like the haze in the sky. Again, not to the point of what we were seeing last summer where you could really feel it just breathing it in, but something to monitor, and that's certainly what Greg Barnhart's been doing all night.
Yeah, we certainly have the haze and the smoke from it, but that's going to actually go away a little bit as our winds begin to change around in the upper levels. But for tonight, we still got the hazy conditions, some low clouds out there. Tomorrow, more seasonable conditions. I think there will be less haze in it, and I'll kind of show you what I mean by that. And then dry conditions continue for Wednesday, a little bit milder before we have a storm that's going to be bringing some wet weather back into the area. But for tonight, it's really just that north wind. You're going to see some high clouds. Some of the clouds up here will really kind of be low clouds. So we'll see kind of a combination of the both as you wake up. So some areas might see some of the low clouds, other areas high clouds. We also might see some reduction in visibility just because of that haze getting trapped under an inversion that someone forms in the middle of the night. So something to keep in mind. Otherwise, temperatures in the upper 40s near 50. And tomorrow, less of the haze, but it will take a while for some of those clouds, at least the low clouds, to break up until we get about noon. And then thereafter, plenty more sunshine in the afternoon with less of the haze. Temperatures getting all the way up to the upper 60s, low 70s, which is right where we should be really for this time of year. And the winds begin to change more for the east direction, which will help kind of also. And then tomorrow evening, really no issues. Clearing skies, temperatures getting back down into the 50s as the winds begin to change around from the south. This looks at the entire smoke all the way in the atmosphere, so we're looking all the way up. You can see it begin to thin out tomorrow as we go in through Tuesday evening. It really starts thinning out and begins to pull north, so that's why we're thinking we'll see better visibility throughout the whole entire atmosphere as we go throughout. Surface visibility, this looks at more at the surface, so you're looking at more where you could have a reduction in visibility. It also shows improvement by the time we get to tomorrow afternoon, and it begins to thin out more. It's not going to entirely leave the area, so there still might be a little haze, but it shouldn't be as what we saw today, and air quality issues. We're not expecting that also to be a problem. We do have that system coming, but it's not till like Wednesday night that it actually gets close enough. So Wednesday evening looks still fine. It's Wednesday night, late night into Thursday morning's commute where we're going to see that front begin to approach as the low begins to lift to northeast Minnesota. That'll bring some showers and thunderstorms potentially through the area, scattered. It's not an all-day type rain, definitely, as you look at this right now, but that'll come through Thursday and then into maybe lingering into Thursday night. But overall, that's the next best chance of rain. But for tonight, it's really going to be pockets of haze still continuing overnight. Visibility's maybe down to 5 miles or a little bit less. Some low clouds out there too as you wake up. Temperatures upper 40s. The low 40s up to the north, to the low 50s to the south. More cloud cover in the south. Tomorrow we're going to start off with clouds, some haze. I think a more improvement as we go in the afternoon time frame. Temperatures in the upper 60s to low 70s, which is really, once again, kind of where we should be. And then as the winds begin to turn around, we're going to see more rise in the temperatures come Wednesday. That activity for showers and thunderstorms comes through Thursday, scattered in nature. And then we're going to kind of warm up once again for the weekend right now. But cannot rule out a shower or thunderstorm on any of those days, but I think majority of those days on the weekend will be dry, but we should get back at least close to the 80s coming by the weekend. So
yeah, looks pretty good.
Yeah, it does look good.
Yeah.
I like it. Shorts weather. All right.
Greg, thanks very much. Coming up next in sports, the Bangor baseball team looking to keep its perfect record intact. Plus, one of Onalaska's best settled for second place over the weekend at the MVC Championships. Rob's got the details next.
News 8 Now Sports is brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Wisconsin, with 6 locations of fun.
Get an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. Weather Screen is a water-repellent deck stain that protects wood while allowing its natural beauty to show through. Get a gallon starting at $27.98 after rebate. Complete your staining project with Ultra Advanced. It's a stain and sealant in one that can be applied to damp wood, allowing you to clean and stain your project in one day. A gallon of semi-transparent stain is $34.48 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
When does a credit union become more than a credit union? Maybe it starts simple, getting you in a vehicle that's safe and reliable for your daily trips. Or maybe it's getting your dream vehicle for weekend adventures to remember. Whatever your vehicle needs are, Ultra is ready to go the extra mile. With professional loan experts, an easy application, and no payments for 90 days. Apply today at driveultra.org. Ultra Federal Credit Union, helping you live your best life.
Where there's a flooded basement, musty crawl space, or wood rot, there's an answer. American Waterworks. For more than 30 years, American Waterworks has been solving homeowners' toughest waterproofing problems. Schedule your free inspection and estimate today.
At Taco John's, we believe a better Taco Tuesday starts with better tacos. That means using 100% North American beef, cooking shells in-house daily, and a deal that makes you say, how are these only $1.29? Taco Tuesday is every Tuesday at Taco John's.
It took 34 years to change this place from worn out to wonderful, slow and steady to keep overhead low. The same slow, steady growth has grown us to the best team of home improvement professionals in the region, over 80 today. Voted best of La Crosse because of exceptional quality and unexpected low prices. Whatever your next project, contact us today for a prompt free estimate. You have a problem, we have the solution. Better than you imagined for less than you expected. Contact the board store today.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports.
In about 2.5 weeks, all the best track and field athletes will gather right here in La Crosse for the state tournament as we close in on the end of the season. That brings us to our conference meets. And over the weekend at the MVC Championships, it was a second-place finisher that stole the show. Onalaska's Manny Putz is no stranger to winning. As just a junior, he's a 2-time cross-country state champ, has a good chance at bringing home a couple of golds during state track. On Saturday, Putz was cruising to what looked like an easy 1,600-meter win, but on the last lap, he slowed down, letting his senior teammate Blake Bernstead catch up. The two crossing the finish line in unison. Bernstead in first, Putz in second, a moment these two will never forget.
On that last 100-meter, we knew that it was going to be 1-2, so we just wanted to have fun with it. And so, yeah, we were just celebrating a little bit, and honestly, it was just a chill race.
Having him slow down at the finish line, you know, having us cross together, something special. He's a great friend. He's super fun to be around, and he's just the best teammate anyone could ask for.
Now, Putz would get his shine as he took first in the 3,200-meter run, but Manny says it's never about himself, always the team. Love that. Crosstown rivals clashing on the softball diamond for 2. Logan taking on Central. Top two Riverhawks strike first. Grace Blagan goes back up the box for a base hit. Here comes Terry Shawley. The sophomore puts on the brakes, but a bad throw allows her to score. Central gets on the board. It's 1-0. Later in the inning, Elena Wagner is going to loop a base hit in the center field, but the Rangers make a play. Nice tag here at home. Logan keeps this one a one-run game, but the Rangers with no answer early for Carmen Peterson, the Central junior, dominating in the circle. Back-to-back strikeouts for Peterson. Then she gets Maria Weber to ground out to first. Riverhawks still up by 1, and Peterson keeps it going. In the third, the junior strikes out the side in order. Central gets the win 3-0. Let's go to game 2. Same field, Central the home team in this one, and Logan looking for some insurance in the 6th. Rangers up 1. This is going to be trouble. Kenneth Street gets to third on this triple, and 2 batters later, Logan's going to capitalize thanks to Brooklyn Reynolds. Base hit back up the middle. Streak is going to come in to score. It's 2-0 Logan. Bottom 6 now, Riverhawks rally. Ellie Gillitzer punches one through for a base hit. Carmen Peterson scores. Central would tie the game on a sac fly. And then in the 7th, the Riverhawk defense stepping up big. Gillitzer going back, makes the grab. What a catch by the freshman. Then bottom 7, Central looking for the walk-off. How about a Blagan blast? Look where this one lands. Almost lands at Central high. Grace Blagan walks it off with a solo shot to center. Riverhawks sweep the doubleheader. Blagan mobbed by her teammates at home as Central takes game 2 by a final of 3-2. In the Scenic Bluffs, Cashton looking to clinch a conference title up against Bangor. Cashton up 1 in the 5th. Bangor with the runner on third, but Peyton Briggan eats up the ground ball. Perfect throw to first. Eagles escape the inning. 6th inning now. Bangor threatening again, but Sarah Schrader would clutch up. Back-to-back Ks, including her 200th of the season. Eagles up 1 going into the 7th. They would add some insurance. Runner on for Sydney Helgerson. She sends one out to deep center. That's off the fence. 1 run scores as Cashton clinches the Scenic Bluffs Conference crown 4-2. Same teams, but on the baseball diamond, Bangor still without a loss this season. They had it going on early. First inning, man on for Chase Horseman. He gets all of this baseball, sends it out to center. That bounces to the fence. Bangor takes the early lead. Cashton trying to play spoiler, man on for Brett Hemmersbach. He singles in a right for an RBI. That's part of a 5-run inning for the Eagles, but the Cardinals would answer right away. It's Horseman again, this time sending it out to right field. That's going to score a run. Cardinals cut the deficit. Then the next batter, Eli Tucker, is going to take a trip around the bases. 2-run blast. Bangor goes on to win 11-5 as the Cardinals clinch the Scenic Bluffs Conference title. Nice. I want to bring up those beautiful ladies on the bowling. What do you call them?
Yeah, they were
bowling lanes.
Yeah.
Marlon,
so impressive.
Marlon and Lucy.
Yeah.
Right. Love that.
Ladies of the lane.
Yeah. Still going strong, but I'm a competitive guy. You ladies are too. If you're still watching, or if you see the morning version of the story, you and me, buddy. You've met your match. You have met your match. I bowled a 209 once a few years ago. Nice. I got a little bit left in the tank. Okay. I know you ladies do as well. Friendly little competitive game.
Yeah, I think they'd be up for it.
Yep.
I think
We're not taking it easy, though.
No?
91, 77, I don't care.
They're not going to take it easy on y'all.
Going for some bragging rights.
There we go.
All right, sounds good. All right, we'll have another look at your forecast after this.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we get you outdoors because we get you. When it's time to get out and cultivate your ideal yard, we get you the right products at the right prices. Right now, Rewards members get a free $10 gift card with a $100 Estate fertilizer purchase, like Estate Weed and Feed, $34.99. All Cub Cadet riding mowers are on sale, up to $900 off. Plus, leave the heavy lifting to us. Buy online and pick up your items in our convenient drive-thru in just 1 hour, only at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Dad always said I was special, that I would do something big someday. But for a while, we were just worried about getting to tomorrow. At UW Health, we found the team that made it their mission. Not just to get me through the day, but to give me a new life and a new kidney. Now, my future is infinite. UW Health. Remarkable.
River Valley has the capabilities of making your current home your dream home. We offer a full suite of bathroom products that are not only maintenance-free, but last the test of time. We offer transparency throughout the entire process, from the initial consultation to my installation and then service after the project is completed. There's no better time to get the bathroom remodeled into your home. Contact us today for your free estimate and design consultation.
My feet hurt so bad in the morning, I couldn't even put my feet on the floor. So I had to start engineering my own arch support. So I got that, then I put this in there, this one. Finally, before I added another one of these in, I went to Good Feet, and they gave me this. So I built all this together to engineer a solution to my pain. And if I'd have just gone to Good Feet, I'd have been better off in the first place.
Good Feet Arch Supports, engineered for pain relief, personally fitted for you.
From sunup to sundown, Bagnevsky Heating and Air Conditioning has been servicing the Cooley region for 59 years. Whether you are in La Crosse, La Crescent, Onalaska, West Salem, or Holman, take comfort that our trusted staff solves all your heating and cooling problems with 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Be ready for the summer heat. Call Bagnevsky Heating and Air Conditioning for your AC clean and check today. Bagnevsky Heating and Air Conditioning, your local train dealer. It's hard to stop a train.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
While I've been practicing my bowling form during the break,
Same.
Dahl Subaru presented a check to the La Crosse area YMCA today.
Yeah, the check presentation was the culmination of Dahl Subaru's annual Share the Love event, which raises money for both local and national charities. In all, La Crosse area Subaru customers raised about $45,000 for the local Y. La Crosse area YMCA CEO Bill Soper says the money will go towards memberships for low-income individuals, the organization's youth center, and charitable efforts in La Crosse neighborhoods.
All those things are supported through charitable donations in our community. That members and businesses, and Dahl Auto is really key to that in supporting the good work of the Y and all of our programs that are highly subsidized.
He adds the check from Dahl Subaru will go a long way toward helping the YMCA reach its yearly fundraising goal of $1 million.
All right. Good efforts on their part, everyone, the community, everyone. Yep. All right, Greg, we'll have one final look at your forecast when we come back.
Make dinner good tonight with Hardee's new tender platters. Crunchy, juicy chicken dipped in buttermilk and hand-breaded, served with garlic toast, fries, slaw, and an ice-cold drink. Delicious, down to the very last crumb. Hardee's, goodness in the making.
Wow, Forest Berry Fudge is amazing. This is melting in my mouth.
Dill pickle? Whoa, that's actually good.
Holy fudge. This is the best thing ever.
Expressions brought to you by Valley Fudge and Candy. Find us in Coon Valley, Wisconsin, or order online today.
Craving authentic Mexican flavors? Look no further than Senor Villa. At Senor Villa, we bring the taste of Mexico to your table every day. Join us for our unbeatable $5 lunch specials packed with flavor and value. And don't miss our nightly specials where the fiesta never ends. Senor Villa, where great food meets great value. Visit us today. Senor Villa, the taste of Mexico you've been craving.
It all starts with a Chevy truck. Chevy Silverado with the TurboMax engine and best-in-class standard torque. And Chevy Silverado HD with up to 14 available camera views. Do more in a Chevy truck. Get yours now.
Get $5,750 total value on this Silverado when you trade in an eligible vehicle. That's 10% below MSRP.
Visit HometownChevy.com.
Hey, it's Reed and Chelsea Magnum.
When I eat cereal, I think of, this box is halfway gone. Next time I should get one. And then I just know to write it on the list when I make the list. But you pour the box of cereal, don't even pay attention even how much is in there or when you'll need another one. You don't think of that.
You have helped me realize, like, the male brain. Like mouthwash, I'll pour the last drop out and I'm like, I think I'm out of mouthwash. Like, do we have any more? And you're like, I don't know.
As you're picking it up and you feel, wow.
Now at Hardee's, 2 hand-breaded chicken tender wraps are only $5. Choose your favorite flavors for endless combinations. 2 wraps, just $5. Hardee's, goodness in the making. Get exclusive offers on the Hardee's app.
All right, tomorrow we'll have less haze, probably. Temperatures still seasonable conditions. We'll look at that to be the similar story. We might wake up with some haze or low clouds, but otherwise temperatures where we really should be. It will get a little bit warmer Wednesday. It looks dry until we get to Wednesday night and Thursday with some showers and thunderstorms coming in.
All right. Yeah, not too bad at all. Thanks for joining us tonight at 10.
We'll see you tomorrow.